Okay.
Oh, we're back on you. We're back on YouTube, I believe. Somebody check it. But yeah, someone say like Channel Live.
What about Channel Live?
What about them?
Where
They smoke too much ism.
No. What about
ism?
What about Channel Live?
no, that there's a rumor, urban legend that people that he fucks with just go to the wayside. Diddy too. Diddy has the same. Like they have one or two hits, and then it's like
Diddy got
I would Channel Live in that conversation. They were good, but they weren't going to last long.
Nah.
Channel Live was what Group Home was, a better version of Group Home. That's what Channel Live was.
You know what I mean? Exactly. As they was basically.
They were on the same level. They were on the same level.
It was a group of the moment. There was nothing that was really like attractive to the Channel Live brand. It was like that was it. It was just for the time.
They come in the same ilk as Sporty Thieves. They like Sporty Thieves. It's like you rock with them a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because they there, you know what I'm saying?
But if Brando didn't die, I think they would have made some more moves because they had, remember, like those were they were under Ski.
You're right.
Yeah.
That would have been because the type of music they was making real disrespectful music that we loved.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
True. Very true. Very true.
Nice.
Hold up though. Hold tight. So P.
But y'all are explaining the reasons why. I'm just stating the simple fact that.
Hey P, but you said that Group Home and Channel Live were on the same level.
They were.
No.
Not.
Let me challenge you to remember any song other than Mad Ism on Channel Live's album. What the hell was Channel Live's album called?
He loved it. He loved it.
Oh, Station Identification. I know the single after that was Reprogram.
And
that's because you got elephant memory, nigga.
That was it.
But what I'm saying
for last week.
So what?
After
He listened to it last week.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying the only reason why we have Group Home in our lexicon is because of Primo. The beats.
Very true. Very true.
Channel Live could rap. You know what I'm saying? So if you take
Whoa.
Primo shit, guess what? They're the best group in America at this point in time. Channel Live was
Hey, look, Little Dat could rhyme. I'm not sure what the hell Malachi the Nutcracker was doing.
Malachi couldn't even read.
His name was Malachi the Nutcracker. His name was Malachi the Nutcracker.
Malachi couldn't even read, my nigga.
Nowadays, if y'all say his name, y'all need to say a pause after that. Malachi the Nutcracker, pause.
But the thing about Group Home, outside of course, Preem's production, it was the combination of their voices. The sonically, they were better than Channel Live. Sonically, they made.
Sandy, would you consider that part of the music, part of the sonics? Like, would you like? So we categorize things, like we have to put things in a certain box. And I listened to, and this is funny, this is happening right now, but a high school friend of mine has a podcast. It's called, I don't remember. Anyway, so I listened to it today, and the episode I listened to was music versus lyrics. And again, it's an either or. Like there was an either or, and I hate either ors. So I was reluctant to listen to begin with. But the struggle behind the, like, say Primo. So their examples were, if these 4 different rappers or groups didn't have Primo beats, then they probably wouldn't have got as far as they got. So is it music or is it lyrics?
But not necessarily
the struggle that all Nas fans have.
Same reason. Because you have a group called the NYGs. The group called NYGs works with Premier. Premier produces a lot of their records. They didn't.
No.
But it doesn't, I mean, I'm not talking about who didn't pop. I'm not talking about who didn't pop. I'm talking about who did pop.
But that's what
because there are a lot of groups.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, because like the way the conversation is going, it's like, well, if Primo didn't do it, would they be here? But look at the people that Primo were there for and gave them high quality beat, and it just didn't work. Because
but it's not just that either or. It is timing. environment and word choice. Like there's all those different things.
I mean,
So like
So
one of the people on their list.
So you said if Guru linked up with Pete Rock, would Guru be the Gangstar be Gangstar? Is that what
Right, that kind of thing.
No.
So they like examples were J. Rue the Damager. Like if he didn't have Premier on that first album,
That's what Prince.
I find J. Rue to be a lyricist. Like the strong lyricist.
Right.
Like he wasn't on my list. Or Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Like CL Smooth would not have been able to make, these are their assertions. Pete Rock, CL Smooth would not have been able to make it without Pete Rock. I don't believe that. I think that CL Smooth is a pretty strong lyricist. Like he's not in my top 10, definitely, but he's a good picture builder. Like, and what else did they say? Group Home was one of them. But and it's again, here we are with the either or, but I think that a lot of times people like the whole Pete Rock and CL Smooth thing, that's branded in everybody's brain. Like once you hear Straighten It Out or TROY or a myriad of their other things, like you in your brain melds those together. So you can't really, if that's all there is, you can't really see anything outside of that or visualize anything outside of that. But I think lyrically, CL is a lyricist. He's just always been on Pete Rock beat. What you got, Doc?
Good question. Can you actually break apart a lyric from the musicology? And I embrace that question because if you take a look, and please forgive me for bringing this analogy up, if you take a look at Ja Rule and how he kind of remixed some of J-Lo stuff, but Ja Rule, just the production value actually catapulted that towards, I guess, record sales. So the question is what's better? Are we listening to the record? Are we listening to the music? Are we listening to the lyric? If you take a look at someone, we remix something, all of a sudden the remix, is this what we're looking to? Are we looking at the producer? Are we looking at the lyricist?
So a lot of times the music is the honey that gets you to swallow the pill of the lyric.
Right. Yo, Doc, it's like this. Like when she went to go, she's a DJ now. She's practicing. So yes, you fool.
Oh.
and I went her to practice, and I bought like 2 CDs, and I like to hear the new shit, but I like mixes. I love mixes. I just love the way mixes go. So
I'm about being a blend specialist.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm listening to the new rappers, but they're rhyming off of old beats, and I get to hear the lyrics that these kids are kicking. I'm like, oh, he's really spitting some shit, because you know what I'm saying? Because the beats per minute now are not really kicking with me like that. I still like that boom bap.
But the music is the honey that gets you to swallow the beat.
The honey was like that, but it made them slow the lyrics down, and I got to listen to what these young cats are talking about. I'm like, yo, these kids are really out here spitting some. They're really out here spitting some things.
My son makes music, and I at a certain point a few years ago, I was like, you need somebody to mix and master your music. And he's completely self-taught. Like my kid knows how to play like 5 instruments, and he ain't ever took no lessons. So he was like, I just want to teach myself. I want to teach myself. And I was like, all right, whatever. And he was like, plus, all you old people want boom bap, and that's not the thing now. And it's not, and it doesn't appeal to me. Like I like to like it speaks to my soul. Now they have a whole bunch of, it's like heavy hi-hats and almost no bass. Like it just doesn't reach.
808 generation.
Right? And it's generational, I get it, but he's right. Like our generation likes the boom bap, and that is what we like. If we hear a boom bap, we're gonna listen. We're gonna listen to the song. We might catch the lyrics, but we're definitely gonna listen to the music. Nowadays, it's.
But I'm gonna tell you this right here:
it's not gonna work for us.
As an old rapper, This new stuff is way easier to freestyle to. Like it is. You know what I'm saying? I asked Finn the same thing. Like you got on the trap beat before, like in the shower and just start rapping. That shit is so easy to rap to. It's like, I see why they do it.
Now I'll say this as an MC, as a producer and a DJ, I like some of the new stuff, not all of it. But the thing is, I like to put it in perspective. Like J. Cole, his last album, he still gave you bars and he rapped over trap beats. Yeah. The thing is, as long as the beat is dope, I don't care. If the beat is dope, it's dope. But I still want to hear bars over the beats, regardless. Right. I'm a boom bap enthusiast. I love the boom bap, of course. That is my heart. That is the cornerstone of my being. But not turn down.
Good is good.
Music.
Good is good.
My love for boom bap. If the music is good, it's good. But I still want to hear bars. A lot of the kids today, they just go off of, man, it's the vibes, man. And that's their thing. And I'm not here to try to change their mind of what they should look out for, because this is their time. Right. But this is right. And they're going to rap the way they want to rap, and we just got to accept it. We still have our own. And at the end of the day, it's not like people stopped making boom bap. You know what I mean? Like,
you can still get it.
Doing it. Little Brother gave you the dopest boom bap record of 2019.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's still there. Royce the 5'9", still there.
Right.
Like,
Yo, Doc.
Still there. They're just not on the radio.
Yo, Doc, remember what Keith was talking.
Reason for us to have a wedge between generations. It's just like, yo, I like what I like, and if this is dope, I'll rock with it. If not, so be it. And it's the same on the other side of the street. If the young kids don't want to rock with it, they don't got to rock with it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yo, Doc, I'm sorry to cut y'all off.
Turning our nose up to them because once upon a time, we were 13 and we were snobs. Yeah. You would look at people like, if you don't turn on some BIG, you better get out my face. Like, you know,
it was like this. If the cat was on Ruckus Records, you could you wasn't listening. Yo, you're not on Ruckus, I'm not listening to you.
Hip hop is the only music thus far through the generation of time that parents are able to unite with their children. Like it's the first shared genre. Because when,
Yo, Doc.
Yo, what's up, Chico?
Look, man. What Key was trying to build off what Key was talking about, as far as the boom bap is concerned, as far as like when we hear it, we'll automatically want to listen to it. Being a doctor of communications, and I've studied advertising because that's what I wanted to get into. Knowing that the advertising, knowing that they purposely put boom bap in commercials in order to get us to start listening to it. And I've noticed like now they're not so much putting those commercials in those heavy markets like McDonald's. McDonald's would gladly put an old boom bap hit in there and then put an R&B joint in there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see them reaching out to these younger kids. Do you think because of the music, because it doesn't have that frequency to catch your ear like that
to respond?
It's the buying power. It's the buying power. Who has the power to buy stuff?
Old niggas. They're listening to boom bap.
Well, right. And I think it's a good way to put it. I mean, the reality is like, my son bankrupts me every other month. I mean, the reality is that, yes, we have the money to buy stuff. So they're going to put stuff out there that appeals to us.
Of course. That's how the game works. You follow the money. You follow the money. These young kids, they ain't got no cash. They get it from us.
Right.
So you better cater to the people with the bank accounts. That's where you go, okay? I mean, that's how it works. That's how hip hop works. And that's how advertising works. You go where the money's at. If you don't go there,
right.
You know what I'm saying? You're wasting your time and you're gonna go broke.
If you're not, that's what I'm saying. If Cadillac is not saving, is not buying. Yo, you're not buying a Cadillac right now unless they put the Run the Jewels joint on that shit.
Right.
My God. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Von Doom, thank you for this unpopular opinion that went in so many different directions. It was beautiful the way it came out.
That's what I do. That's specialty. I create conversation. That's what I do. Thank you.
Hit him,
And you're
Rob,
regularly handsome.
Rob,
Hang
hit
your
him
head
with,
on that, Rob.
yeah, hit him with that smile, bro. Hit him with that
Give it to me,
smile.
give it to me, baby. Give it to me.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Look at
There
that.
you go.
Look at
There you
that, look
go.
at that.
All right, look, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about it. We had versus last night. Primo versus RZA.
Listen,
Thoughts, panel thoughts. I want to hear them.
Like to preface this whole conversation by saying that when I woke up this morning at 8:30 and I normally wake up at 6:30, I knew this is the new normal. I knew it. Like I like woke up this morning and I felt like I had gone to a whole party last night. Like I actually was sweaty enough to have to take a shower before I went to bed last night. And I was just in my room, in my bedroom with my Bluetooth speaker on, listening to this and dancing, dancing.
Well, you do have the heat on hell over there.
I like my house home. You lie. That's it.
I'm joking. Look, to me, I enjoyed it because I knew the songs. I just wish that RZA had got his sound together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you listen, I want to say this. If you
me?
listen to 36 Chambers, you got to forgive RZA because the first 36 Chambers sound like trash.
But see, that's the thing I'm talking about. I knew the songs, so once he played that shit, I was like, it was already in my head. Like
Right.
I could hear the bass, I could hear the fucking, I could hear all that shit in my head. So I knew he was coming at. And to me, dude, I gotta give it to RZA, dude. To me, personally, I have to give it to RZA. And the reason why I say I give it to RZA, man. He was just hitting with those, you know what I'm saying, with them boom baps and I love Premier, man. Don't get it too.
No, you were a woo purist like that.
And it was supposed to go into overtime. It was supposed to
woo purist.
Okay.
overtime.
Okay. Look. And I've always said this. If if I had a soundtrack for my life, it would be produced by DJ Premier. I'm a boxing fan as well. So I always do scorecards when I'm watching a big fight. I did the same thing last night, and I only took it for the first 20. Anything after the first 20 was just playing around. And those that follow me on social media, I called it after round 15. To me, after round 15, Premier had won it. Reason why I said Premier won it. The first 5 rounds, Premier dominated like 4-1. RZA dominated round 5 through round 10. The minute round 11 started, Primo started throwing solos and it was over.
In the first 5 rounds, RZA
pull his shit out, yo. Premier pull his shit out.
RZA took 3 rounds in the first 5, and here's why. Because
I
Primo,
gotta hear this.
let me tell you, Primo has an skill of choosing the correct counterpunch. Because round 1 shook him. You know what I'm saying? Round 1 kind of shook Primo. Because I took notes. I'll break it down to you. So, RZA came out with the RZA came out with the Jizza joint, and then Primo followed strong with Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
Boom. Then RZA comes out with Bring the Pain, and then he follows up with MOP Rules of the Game. That wasn't right.
He didn't play Andy Up.
He didn't produce Andy Up. He did not produce Andy Up. DR period produced Andy Up.
That's not Rules of the Game.
Sorry. I digress.
And Rules of the Game against Bring the Pain, that was bad choice.
To me, that was the round. That was the round that RZA won in the first half. To me, it was 1-1 after that.
So RZA just came out the gate. One, he's somebody granddaddy on internet. But aside from all of that, Premier had planned his like up ramp until we got to the end where he played fucking Christina Aguilera and all that shit. But
when he started to jump in my pop bag,
I think that Premier had his shit planned. RZA didn't really like the first 7 to 8, 9, 10 songs, he really didn't. He was just going based on feeling. And I'm a feeling person, so I get it. Like, I completely get it. But he didn't plan like the up ramp of what was supposed to happen. Primo did. So as it got to like here, Primo had something for him. When he got to here, he had something for him. When he got to here, like here, he had something for him.
Listen, Primo is a terrible spades player. He had all the trump cards and played everything wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
You think
now,
so?
Primo,
You come out hard first. You come out hard first, yo.
Primo did
Swinging off the gate.
Let me tell you, yo,
not
on
playing
that 10th joint, I mean on the 20th joint, if RZA would have played Triumph to end it, it would have been a done deal. It would have been a done deal.
Which one?
Over 10 crack commandments, though?
No.
That's the only thing that could counter. That's the only thing that could counter fucking the 10 crack command. I mean,
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. As much as I love trying.
Because you remember now in the battle, which is so subjective, that song won a fucking Grammy, yo. So like I think like all of the different things that people are thinking about, that song encompassed a lot of them. Like everybody, I have a love-hate relationship with that song because that was my first dance at my wedding song. I'm divorced now, but still like
my whole thing is Preem did like y'all made the spades reference. I mean, he was coming out with like the tour clubs and shit. Like,
Yeah.
He was playing real. He was playing like in Perry. We talked about this on my page. I fucking hate real hip hop.
Thank you. I don't know why he picked it. I honestly don't know why he picked it.
That's like his
you hate what?
Listen.
Affects is real hip hop.
That's the wackest beat that Premier has ever made. Because you know who owns that song? Pete Rock owns that song.
Thank you.
The remix. It's
Listen.
so much better.
Hey, Pete. You can own that song if you want to, baby.
Like I said, Primo was playing with RZA at the beginning. And Finn, you made the point that it shook Primo. I don't know if it shook him. I think Primo was legit like, yeah, well, kind of like tongue in cheek. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that and shit. I don't think it really rattled him. I think
look at his face.
Look at his face.
Pete round 7. RZA played Protect Your Neck and Premier plays Living Proof.
That was a counterpunch. That was
a weak counterpunch. Protect your neck.
Protect your neck.
Primo has enough ammunition to go against Protect Your Neck, and he plays Living Proof. Come on, son. That was.
You're right. I agree.
Like what I'm gonna say is this right here. We all thought Primo was gonna come in here and smash RZA because you know what it is. We all forgot who RZA was.
No, we didn't forget.
Because I'm not to the level. Like I'm a fucking Wu fan. I saw Wu twice last year, and I paid for it. Like but I am not a purist. I'm not a Wu purist. So anybody that you see that says Wu, like RZA took this shit, like he blew Primo out of the water, they're a Wu purists. You can't argue with them. Like they just, I mean, nothing else is better than Wu-Tang.
RZA gave Primo a run for his money.
Yeah, he did. It wasn't a wash.
He lost the bet.
Up front, we're saying it was going to be a wash. It wasn't a wash at all.
No.
Like I'm in my room, like hollering out, like,
that's
like I mean, both of them.
RZA was the underdog off the top because of the extensive catalog Premier has. So that's why everybody thought like, oh, he's gonna play them Biggie records, he's gonna play them Nas records, he gonna play, you know what I'm saying? Like he could play so many other records and not even touch Gangstar records. That's how crazy Reach was.
Yeah, he played like two, right?
And he let RZA mollywop him for a few rounds because we started playing Incarcerated Scarfaces. There was a lot of things RZA didn't even play.
Yeah.
So that shows you that RZA was prepared to go to war. He dressed up like a samurai warrior, for God's sake.
Yeah.
When RZA played when he played
that Nas joint, I totally forgot he did that Nas joint.
Verbal Intercourse?
He played Run by Ghostface and Jada, bro. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yo. When he played, and that's our body. For him to play Run, play Run in the battle, that was a tough card that RZA played, and I respect him for that because that was a big record. It was big for like us, but it wasn't a hit. And that was a good thing about this battle between them two. When they started playing their B-sides and joints that weren't hits, compared to every other verses, they played their hits. They played what was on radio heavy, what was number one, top 100. These guys played what was dope, and that's why
they played the soul food records.
That's why they didn't crack the 250, but it was okay, right? They didn't crack the 250 that T-Pain and Lil Jon cracked. It was okay. It was okay.
It got as high as 197,000.
But this rings louder than that 250 T-Pain.
It sure does. It sure does.
Okay, they make music. This is we talking about.
Christina Aguilera and the mother and the joint the joint what you call it played.
What?
Remember Premier played the Christina Aguilera joint.
Right.
He only played that because RZA played Check Out My Gravel Pit.
That was rap.
Man, I love that.
I would just like to go on record as saying because I've been fighting motherfuckers all day.
Because motherfuckers took their style and they sped it up. You know what I'm saying? Which flipped their whole shit. I love that song, man. Not only my kids like Flintstones, not my kids like the Flintstones. You know what I mean?
In the video, I love it.
I was at A3C a couple of years ago, and the Woo was headlining, and they had the nerve to end their set with Gravel Pit. I never booed so loud in my life. I would have fought the RZA, the Jizza, Old Dirty Bastard.
Dirty Bastard. You God, Ghostface Killer.
You God, and man. All of them in the face by the scene. Gravel Pit at the final song.
You don't. But no, he said. But I'm saying that was that was their best hit. That was their best hit worldwide. Though.
I don't care.
Because they can. Because they can.
No. Come on, people.
No, I agree. I mean, I look. If I was there with you, we would have been charging the stage together. Probably would have got our asses kicked, but still, I don't care. Exactly. You don't end your show with Gravel Pit.
That song is.
When do you play rap? Okay, hold on. You gotta play Gravel Pit, right? You gotta play Gravel Pit.
Yeah, you gotta play it.
When do you play it?
You can play it in the middle of the set.
Yo, I'm gonna
keep rolling.
I've been defending my love for Gravel Pit all day on the internet. Okay.
Listen,
and somebody said if you want to clear, somebody said to Pat, Ninth Wonder, if you want to clear the club out at like 2 a.m.,
you play Gravel
Pit.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's true.
They'll be out there dancing, and you goddamn right. Because when that song, those horror,
you clear the club. Yeah, y'all gotta go.
I'll be dancing. Yeah,
you know what that is? That's the reason why I think Gravel Pit is so popular is because that was some people's introduction to Wu-Tang.
It's not popular at all.
I mean, I hear you on that. Bishop. Of joint. You know what I'm saying? So it did.
It's a little janky and a little cheeky, but
audience.
Damn.
So I'm with you on that.
Gravel Pit had the Flintstone theme, man. It was like this. If you think about this,
Flintstone from the Flintstone soundtrack.
It was that's what I'm saying. It was a Flintstone movie. It was Gravel Pit was that.
Yeah.
Yo, panel. Question: what round did you think in this battle was the best round, the closest round?
Here's my
notes. Let me go to my notes.
Everybody go to their notes.
I didn't take any notes. I was enjoying it. I was just fanboying that shit for real the whole time.
Round 14 was Brooklyn Zoo versus Come Clean.
And
I heard a lot of people.
And that's not even a RZA beat. That's not even a RZA beat.
What? Brooklyn Zoo.
Brooklyn Zoo is not a RZA beat.
What?
He didn't produce that.
True
He didn't
Master
produce
produced. Nah, True Master produced that.
Niggas was calling him out on the Instagram Live about that.
I know he didn't produce.
Okay.
Was the one he didn't produce?
He didn't produce Brooklyn Zoo.
Brooklyn
He didn't
Zoo,
produce Brooklyn Zoo.
No.
But listen, round 10 was dope. Motherless Child versus the Evils.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
tough.
Yes. Yes.
That-
Agreed.
You know what?
Agreed.
I missed that one.
It hurt
No
so bad.
chase, no chase. 11 was good too. Verbal intercourse.
To vote for Preem for round 10 because Motherless Child was so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It was, but it's good though. Like
Can't
it's good, and what people fail to like, you're not for these two producers the way they work. You're not gonna be able to kind of match mood to mood, right? Because they just don't do the same thing. Like who is dark? They're dark. All that shit is dark. Like you may be able to dance to it, but the shit's still dark as fuck.
I did that Kanye joint. That shit was fucking bugged out for me.
Yeah, that bug, I forgot all about the Kanye West shit. That shit was crazy.
I gotta give it up. I gotta give it up to round 11. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I am a Nas fan. I give it up to round 11 because Verbal Intercourse over that RZA track was incredible. However, Nas is classic.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I was scared when I heard Verbal Intercourse drop. I was like, I don't know what Preem gonna do.
Oh no, I knew he had to come. He had to come with Nas's light. He couldn't come with New York State of Mind. He couldn't come with New York State of Mind 2. He damn sure couldn't have come with Second Childhood. He had to come.
But do you think that they like
round 11 is what Primo should have been doing from round 1? Because he had the luxury of going second.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Primo, see the thing is, Preem said it at the beginning when the feed started. I'm not a battle guy. He didn't come prepared. RZA, I mean, just look at the conversation they were having when RZA would approach Preem at the club. I got something that's gonna smack you, son. He was already in battle mode from the jump street. So Preem, if he was just thinking like, look, man, I can't let RZA come in here and play these games with me because RZA had a whole entire moment to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He produced for 9 artists.
right?
You know what I'm saying? And all their first albums, with the exception of, I didn't really like Method Man's first album, but
what the fuck?
That
Cosign.
But as a whole entire body of work, that Method Man album was kind of trash. That was the weak album. I think You God would have made a better album than Method Man.
Now I can't co-sign that.
You know I'm right.
No, you're not right. You're never right. No one likes You God.
He had the wackest album out of the room.
You're not right. You're never right.
Listen,
So
Method Man album was not that good.
So
I said that then.
That RZA played every fucking
And on the tallest soapbox in the world. Method Man's album was not that great.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I mean,
Perfect
look.
Day, that Tony Starks, come on, that Jizza, those was real albums. Method Man, they just threw that together. They didn't really think that through.
And even to take it to another, even to take it to another level, because Rob, you remember Month of the Man. You remember how Def Jam promoted
Redman and Method Man.
Redman, coming out that same
the first Method Man.
And The Dark Side was a better album.
Hold up. P what?
You remember Month of the Man?
Yeah.
When Def Jam was promoting Method Man's first album, To Cal, and Redman's second album, There's a Dark Side.
Yeah.
You remember what album I was spinning the most? It was There's a Dark Side.
Yeah.
It was an incredibly produced album with some sick ass lyrics from Redman. And Takao was like, this is kind of weak. It was weak.
Like, listen, Method did. Look, you know what? I'll put it this way: Method Man is like Jadakiss, okay? Very dope, but can't put together a solid record to save his life.
True that.
Now, I did like Jada's new album.
You're not gonna be talking about
This crazy.
I did like.
You're not gonna be talking about like
history shows. Jadakiss can never make an album, and neither can Method Man. And I am a super fan of Method Man. I've been on tour with Method Man. he just can't connect with a whole entire album. I think his legend precedes the music.
Why would that
be? Crazy.
Why would
that be, Finney? Why would that be? Like, as an artist, and I'm an artist, but not in that sense, and I'm sensitive about my shit, but why would you not be able to put together a good 10, 12, 13 songs?
Some people just can't do it. It's just that simple. Like, it's
why?
just that. And
why
I think,
I'm not talking about his specific why. What are the factors that lead someone there? Yes.
It comes down to this. It comes down to connecting with your producer in the creative process. This is why, like, a Gangstar is held so high, because the sound that Premier
they're like
was
this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect for what they were doing. Meth and RZA, it wasn't perfect.
I can say that because Method Man did call me a bit. I mean, he called me bitches one time.
For the next?
Back in 1993. I can see him difficult to work with.
Omega, you had something to say, bro.
Yo, no, I had this because I want to talk about this. As an artist, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't fulfill everyone's, like, I'm dope, right? You know what I'm saying? Dunny I could give you a dope 16, but I've never been a cat that can go outside of a group. You know what I'm saying? You won't catch, like, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't, like, mentally, like, I could give you a 16, I give you 32, I give you 64 in this one space. But if I'm talking about creating a whole project, I've never been comfortable in that space.
And the reason why you haven't been comfortable is because nobody ever sat down with you to create your vision. Mm-hmm. That was the mistake. See, and the thing is, and I can speak to that because during the Justice League era, I ain't never been in the studio with Ninth more than 4 times.
Right.
Okay? I had to produce myself. I had to make Sean Dawn. Ninth didn't make Sean Dawn.
Right.
Christ didn't make Sean Dawn. I made Sean Dawn. I had to take it upon myself to be self-sustainable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And push forward and get outside production. I didn't rely on Ninth. I never even featured Little Brother on my albums. And I could.
Right.
I had Pete Rock beats and never used not one, but I could. Mm-hmm. But the thing was, with you, and I believed in you from Jump Street. I always thought you was nice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you just never had anybody that was dope enough to hold the helm behind the boards.
Right.
And that's my argument with Method Man is the fact that, not saying RZA didn't know how to produce Method Man, I just think their chemistry together.
Right. And that's the whole thing about, I guess, learning. Like, you learn and you execute in different ways. Different people do different ways. They're different environments, but I could only imagine with them just getting started in this music biz. Anyway, I gotta figure out a DJ name. But I could only imagine the studio setup is the same, right? You go in, you play the music, get your bars, you rewind, and we do that until the shit gets done, right?
Right.
But recognizing that everyone learns and performs best under a different environment is the key to shit.
But
like, so we might take a ride and then come back and refresh and come back and do it, or we might fucking set shit up outside or whatever it is to draw out of that artist who they are to get the best product out of that artist.
But at the end of the day, Key, it's the engineer. At the end of the day, when everybody spit their lyrics and it sounds good off of this same track, it's the engineer that comes down and puts everything down and pieces it together to make it feel full. So, you know what I'm saying? So everything's not done in that fucking like one time. Like after that, after the MC or whatever, or singer, whoever leaves, it's the engineer that goes down and spends those many hours layering shit down, making shit and shit.
It is a lot of the engineer, but a lot of it is understanding who your artist is, what they need in order to produce their best product. Like, engineer can do shit if he ain't got shit. I take that back.
Look at
the
this.
Engineer does with what he has to the best of his ability.
But look at this.
And a lot of times they make some shit out of bullshit. But in order as a producer to make the best product that you can, you have to connect with your artist, and I completely get it.
And here's the thing: let's look back into the '90s with the Hitmen and Bad Boy.
Yeah.
Now, they would always tell like the Locks, "Yo, come and spit your bars." They would always break it up and play Tetris with their music. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it took the producer and the engineer to really bring out the best of what the artist already just spit out. So I think that's what's missing now, is that nobody's really they're not putting forth the work to make a record. So
I don't know if it's not necessarily the work, it's a lack of physical connection. So I don't do that because my kid makes music and he works.
But I'm saying
the whole
it is the work at the end of the day, because the thing is, when you create music and you're creating music to sell, it is work to make this work at a different level. We can all create music for each other. But when it's time to sell it,
I don't agree, because the shit's done by machines. Like you can literally do that shit virtually, but it's the understanding of the cosmic connection when two people share the same air.
If that was the case, then everybody would have a platinum record.
No, not necessarily, because they don't believe that shit. Like a lot of people don't believe that sharing the same space with someone means a lot. Like looking eye to eye, I'm looking you in the eye right now, but you not listening to me. But if we were in the same room like we were last time we recorded, then you would be listening to me. It is different. And this is the generation of people, kids, that don't understand that difference. Like they get it, but they don't get it because they've done both.
I feel what you're saying. I think what Keisha's saying is that the music is now just disingenuous. It's like, you know what I'm saying, because when you got that actual connection, when you rub shoulders with your peers, it's a difference, because you could kind of spar it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, still sharp as steel. It's like I wouldn't be as nice if I didn't have a Sean Dawn that I was trying to be. You know what I'm saying? Me and him work in the same store, and I can bounce bars off. You know what I'm saying? So I think I feel what you're saying with that one. I think I'm on agreement with you on that one.
Yo, panel. Okay.
And that's why. And if you think about it, that's why the people in this chat right now, in this video conference right now, while we have such I won't say a total disdain for music today, but we don't connect with the music now because they don't connect with the people that's making the music with them in the beginning.
Right.
The reason why we love what we love is because those artists were in the trenches with those producers and the engineers at the same time. They were creating a sound. You just don't sit down for me just sending you files.
Right. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that at all. Because my kid makes super dope beats and he started on his phone. And like this, this shit I like to hear.
But again, what I'm saying is 9 times out of 10,
that connection
you pick artists from today that have music that lasts 30 years that we could talk to about. Right, we're talking about music that came out 25 years ago.
You sound like my parents. But the thing is, you sound like my parents when I was talking, when I started talking about hip hop. Like you really, because the technology's changed, the methodology has changed. It sounds.
When was the last time you talked about
the same?
Came out 5 years ago? When was the last time you talked about music that came out 5 years ago? Like argued about something that came out 5 years. You don't even remember what came out 5 years ago. You know why? Because it was a disconnect. I'm talking about the connection between the music. I don't care who sold what, because if that was the case, nobody would watch Premier play any music because it was like he was selling millions of records. He wasn't that guy.
I think that because the 90s is the golden era and everybody like you can't.
You know what happened to the golden era? Connection.
And that's something that I like get sweat on my brow about. Like my kids are trying to make sure they understand.
That's us, but like our parents would be like Sugar Hill Gang or some other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Not even that. Like our parents were way back past that. They weren't even up on hip hop at all. Right. They weren't. Like these are conversations because I grew up in a musical. My parents weren't musicians at all, but they loved fucking music. And the shit I played they're not about that at all. They weren't about it at all. And the shit you're saying is me having 3 teenage boys sounds like what they were saying back then. Like not appreciative of the art at all. And I'm always trying to be appreciative of art. Like some shit is bullshit. Just like when we were coming up, some shit just was not good.
Right, no, but they're gonna have their standout artists. Like I'm saying, like you know what I'm saying, Triple X is probably gonna be one of their standout artists, you know what I mean, forever, because of the mood of his music, the way how deep his music is, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have their stuff they're gonna listen to 30 years from now. But a lot of the shit, it's like this, where we had a balance. We had our bullshit, we had Doodoo Brown come out, you know what I mean? We didn't go to Trick Daddy for lyrical prominence. We went for Trick Daddy. You don't know that.
I did.
No, I was gonna say I did. No,
He had to
Trick
go
was
with
dope. Trick was dope.
Yeah. Respect.
Yeah, Trick was dope. But yo, guys, to bring it back in to the topic, okay? How big was last night for the culture?
It was phenomenal.
Big.
And
You see the people that was in it?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why last night was so important. Because you had two producers from the golden era that made a name for themselves and made basically their own hub of music.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the fact that they played records that, for the most part, that wasn't on the top 10. Billboard. Everybody else goes to their Billboard list. If Pharrell and Kanye plays records, they're not gonna play none of their B-sides. They're gonna play all A-sides and everything that was Grammy nominated.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know.
Primo played OP, dog. That's as real as it gets.
And it wasn't even great MOP that he played.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So like, come on, like let me see what other record that RZA played that was like, come on, RZA, you played that. I mean, like he played, and I love RZA. He played Cold World.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cold.
So it's like
That's a Wu Pyrrhus shit.
To go into their bag and play joints that they believe in, records that, you know what I'm saying, that was just really just hard at the end of the day. It was like, yo, this is just a tough ass beat. This is a beat battle at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't a who got the best song. This was like, yo, who had the joints that really like spoke to people?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about, oh, my joint went 15 million times platinum. Nah, because at the end of the day, what's another one that RZA played? I mean, RZA played Long Kiss Goodnight. And I rocked with Big. I didn't really like that song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For me to be on some, that's the joint.
And check it out, man.
That beat was kind of, if I was Biggie, I would.
But then Primo came back and killed him using one of RZA's men.
Exactly.
With Above the Clouds.
Yes, with Above the
And
Clouds.
Above the Clouds never was a radio single. And that's why the battle is so important.
Right.
Because played records. Long Kiss Goodnight versus Above the Clouds is a important round. Round 16 was very important because none of these songs are on the radio.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But to the people that they are pandering to, these records we know. This is hip hop at its finest because it's like, yo, you playing joints. You're not even going to your single bags.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Preem could have just easily played Gangstar Records all night. At the end of the day, he could have played nothing but Gangstar Records.
Or he could have played every song that he produced for Nas, every song that he produced for Biggie, and every song that he produced for Jay-Z, and he could have kept it at that and just sprinkled a couple of.
He could have played the whole Prom record and it would have been good. He could have played Prom and it would have been.
Listen, the dude played Boom. Okay,
he played Christina Aguilera.
The whole thing about it is, not only did we get to hear bangers that we like, but we also heard stories behind the song. And that right there is what made it classic because number one, it was like, yo, we sitting out here like, yo, that's my shit. Oh, I didn't know that happened when you did that track. You know, now I feel that song a little bit more. Now I'm a little bit more connected with that song because I know what happened.
Like, taking it back to the T-Pain,
exactly.
Little John thing when they talked about
the whole school.
What it is, shorty.
It was an old fucking IKEA chair that he had, and he put his. You know that everybody else just thought it was a bed. I thought it was a bed. I thought he just sampled, but nah. You know, I now I'm like, yo, that's ill, and that's what I enjoyed about it because it was some, you know, especially the time Because remember, he talked about the Jack the Rapper down in Florida.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, Primo, that's when we first, you know what I'm saying, got together and blah, blah, blah. And I remember hearing that story when Taj came back from Jack the Rapper. He was like, yo, there's this group.
That was Atlanta.
Yeah, well, yeah, Atlanta. He said, there's this group that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, they Wu-Tang, they came out with swords and shit and started rapping. We was like, who the fuck are these cats? And then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, Protect Your Neck dropped, and boom, we like, yo, them the cats that he was talking about. So yeah, man, like I feel it because it brought me closer to the music and it brought me closer to the artist. And that's why I'm digging this right now. I'm really digging.
To me, what happened last night was, you know, we're all having our fun and saying, oh, you know what I'm saying, RZA smashed him. Oh man, Primo smoked him. You know what I'm saying, blah 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 blah. But truth be told, everybody that's saying that, whatever side that you might be on, you really love the other side too.
Right.
Yeah.
So really, hip hop won last night.
Exactly.
Two greats from the golden era, from the 90s, actually showing a tremendous amount of respect for each other. I mean, which I didn't expect anything less.
They battled and there was no beef. Like they battled and there was no, and that's how this thing is going.
And I didn't expect that. I didn't expect them to be beefing, but just to make that point, they showed a tremendous amount of respect for each other's body of work, for each other's talent, for each other's impact in hip hop. And again, hip hop won. That was the beauty of what happened last night.
But the bandwagoners or the team players are trying to make it a big beef. It's not. It doesn't have to be.
Right.
At all. It doesn't have to be.
Then let them beef. Let them beef. Okay. And let us revel in how beautiful last night was.
Right.
You know?
Now, in my lead card, Premier won by 1 point. And I came in as a Premier, like, let's go, Primo, you're gonna wash him up. I was so shook after the first 7 rounds. I was like, yo, Primo might lose this. You know what I'm saying?
Because when you think he had it, like, oh,
now if they ended at round 20, it would have been a tie.
Yeah.
If they did not play any more records, it would have been a tie.
Not on my scorecard. Now, my scorecard, like I said, on my scorecard, by the time you got to round 15, okay, at that point it was 9-5. It was 9-5-1. Okay,
Jeez,
at that point, yep. At that, because I'm sorry, from round 10 through round 15, actually round 16, okay, it was nothing but Primo dominance. It was nothing but Primo dominance. To me, there was there was nothing.
Round 10 to 15. Hold on, I got it right here. 10 to 15. It is.
When he played Criminology, come on, man.
Nah, son. Nah. Ice Cream beat Unbelievable in round 13.
Yeah,
son.
Ice Cream is an iconic situation.
Brooklyn Zoo against Come Clean.
Brooklyn Zoo, throw Brooklyn Zoo out. I called that a draw because there were 2 great songs, but also had to throw it out because it's not his beat.
Well, if that's the case, then
he produced it though.
Primo then.
He produced it.
Now,
It's produced
15. I gave it for me. Jimmy Yao versus Kicking the Door.
Oh
Kicking
yeah,
the hard to beat.
Yeah.
Hard to beat.
Yeah, you got that.
You know what I'm saying? But round 17
is non-represent.
Like 18 is Criminology against DeWitt. Nothing can beat DeWitt. Like
that's
very
Wick. Okay, that's Wick. I'm sorry.
Criminology was the one. Criminology comes in on the one on some James Brown. I was like, oh my God.
To me,
I love DeWitt. But Criminology, if I had to choose something to play, to listen to, I'm gonna listen to Criminology like 20 times straight.
No.
So let's look at round.
It all depends on where you're playing it. As a DJ, I'll play DeWitt. But as a listener,
I always have a party going on in my head. I always have a party going on.
I'm not and I DJ everywhere. Not always in the club.
Yo, round 19, RZA played Incarcerated Scarfaces, and then Premier came back with Boom.
That was a bad.
Now, last night I did get excited because I love Boom. I love both of those songs. But to me, that round 19 was like the unstoppable fucking, you know what I'm saying, force against the immovable object. Like that was the Juggernaut and the Hulk running in.
Yeah.
It was like,
You know what I'm saying? Because I
Now,
mean,
I don't know, friend. 21 was Cream and Mass Appeal.
listen,
Like 21 was Cream and Mass Appeal.
I stopped judging after 20 because
Primo
the
should have
rules
played
were
Boom
20.
around 5. When RZA played Run, Boom should have came after that at least.
yeah.
Please.
Right.
We have a good
you're absolutely right.
But he hit him
That
with
would've been a good
that play. They don't know. I don't think he's faulting that at all.
I don't like
Listen,
I don't
if
understand going.
you had seen me in here in my bedroom in my pajamas, listen to these songs, and the song will come on and be like,
it's the beat battle.
He should have came back with or round 5 when Ghostface. He shouldn't have. If he had, to me, round 5 was to RZA because MCs act like they don't know is okay, but that's not my favorite Premier track off that album. He should have at least answered with rappers.
Rappers are in danger. Thank you.
Came back with
Thank
rappers
you.
are in danger.
That's a good
Thank
point.
you.
That's a good point. I'd have played a cheat code. I'd have played a Nas record or a Biggie record and just killed that record.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
Premier tries some sneaky shit. Premier tries some sneaky shit with the cuts and shit.
Oh, when Premier was actually doing the live cuts from
Yeah, he did the live cut, the fucking damn 10 class commandments and shit. I was like, yo, that's some cheating shit, yo.
he did it on Mass Appeal too. He did the live cuts on Mass Appeal.
listen, he was cheating.
That's no fair, man. You need to have Jazzy Jeff.
No. Primo was putting up Scott Storch. I'm gonna play Keys live.
right.
oh my God, Finny, can I tell you how fucking creepy Scott Storch looks? Like I tried to watch that battle.
Lord.
I knew it wasn't gonna be shit because Manny only got Manny is like super fucking baby RZA because he only has music from his camp, right?
Right.
But he played the wrong records.
I couldn't watch it. I can't tell you because I couldn't watch it because Scott Storch has fucking glasses on and he's playing the piano, but he's not really playing the piano. Like I fucking watch this.
And that was the thing.
Creepy,
and with that battle, again, it came down to the choice of records for each round.
Right.
And because at the end of the day, if I was Manny Fresh, I would have just pulled the cheat code. Why bother try to show my range? Let me just sweep the leg. Sweep the leg.
Yeah, he's got plenty.
Sweep the
This
leg.
is the battle. And that's the thing.
Behind the motherfuckers, yo.
A lot of people
That's
make
it.
mistakes. They forget that it's a battle and they're not playing to win.
They're just
They just
there's no winner.
fun.
So there's
Because if you think about it, a lot of these people are so far gone from that era of I'm trying to prove myself to I'm already proven, so it doesn't matter what I throw out.
Yeah.
But they forget that the fans still respect the work.
Right.
Like, if you're gonna go for it, go for it. Because we're rooting for you so hard. We're having fights on Facebook. It's a house divided. Like, so what I'm saying, like, play your best. Go.
That
in.
was-
I'm not saying you guys.
That was it, yo. That last night was the equivalent of Duke and UNC. It's like one of those situations. Like, yo, you just cannot not.
You gotta go for it.
You got to work for it.
Now, the only other battle that's going to make sense is the Teddy Riley versus Babyface.
What is it?
that shit's gonna be interesting.
Whoa.
But
That's-
one thing I'll say about this battle versus the T-Pain Lil Jon, like T-Pain Lil Jon's banter was so much more entertaining
Yeah.
than it was. But you know,
That tells you everything. The band, if the
semantic,
band
but
was better,
it was a
I mean, T-Pain's a funny dude, man. T-Pain's just a funny dude. And them was just funny.
it's
But
words more than the music.
they work.
The cool music.
They work. But them motherfuckers. Shit out, yo.
Cool music.
I'll say it again. If the banter was better than the music, We have been fooled and been listening to corn music.
There you go with the fucking either or again. It's both all together. So there's layers to this shit. Pour your drink. It's layers.
I can leave right now.
Good.
I can leave.
The banter was good. It made the shit great. Okay. They had 287,000 viewers. Like,
if I want to see banter, put two comedians back to back.
No, it's still good. I mean, it's still like
I want to hear
a good show. Like you're not if you have a stand-up comedian that goes on stage and you go to see them at a show and they're a great stand-up comedian, and then they get a gig on CBS or ABC or NBC and they're not able to act and interact.
It's their fault.
Whoever.
It's not good enough. They're just not good enough. What's the point of being great?
No, they're not able to interact.
If they can't perform like they don't belong there.
That shit was crazy.
If they can't perform under the lights, they cannot be there. They have no purpose of being there. So, if the banter was better than the beats,
I didn't say better. It's an accoutrement.
What?
All right, everybody to their corners, all right? Oh my goodness. Yo, look, just to wrap up this topic, okay? And Finn, I'm glad you brought up the impending Teddy Riley versus Babyface matchup. Everybody, what matchup would you like to see next?
I don't see nothing else, to be honest.
For real?
Because this was the heavyweight fight. And then then Teddy Riley and Babyface, that's another heavyweight fight. Everything else right now is going to be a straight undercard. We've seen.
They went in the wrong direction, but
Just Blaze is still out there though.
Pharrell versus
Just Blaze.
Pharrell versus who?
Just Blaze.
Neptunes. Don't say Pharrell. Just say Neptunes.
R. Kelly versus Tony Terry versus Jimmy Jam and
Terry Lewis.
Well, you mean baby? Did you say what I was thinking? Did you say the same thing I was thinking? Baby, LA and Babyface versus Jimmy and Terry.
No, LA baby, Tony and Terry versus R. Kelly.
You said who?
R. Kelly.
No, wait, who is versus R. Kelly?
Nigga, listen.
Tony
on
Terry.
These live stream DJing, like Biz does not give a fuck. He will play an R. Kelly song if it calls the opportunity to call. And the comments, y'all got to read the comments. Oh, the comments. Wait. Pause on the comments. So I pay attention to the comments. So last night, only people with checks were commenting, and I'm commenting too or whatever. Nigga, I looked, and Kid from Kid and Play made a comment saying, "Hey RZA, where's your white girl? Where is she now?" So I had to take a screenshot, send to my friend.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
Now, real talk.
Nobody would believe me. I'm spending my time, I'm not even paying attention to music. I'm scrolling back I know I fucking saw that shit. I'm scrolling back I got that. I have to scroll back to a point where I can actually screenshot and send that to them, these guys.
But real talk.
I want Marlon Long versus anybody.
Who would want smoke with R. Kelly if he wasn't canceled? In a perfect world, if R. Kelly
I don't know with him because he didn't want me. I'm too old.
Yeah.
If he doesn't admit the heinous crimes he has,
right? If you talking about R. Kelly straight on music alone, the man made "I Believe I Can Fly." That's it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, the nigga made "I Believe I Can Fly."
Michael Jordan jumping off his.
Besides dead niggas, it's like Michael Jackson and Prince is the only motherfuckers that can fuck R. Kelly.
Who would you choose in that weight class from time R. Kelly coming out in the 90s? Who would you match up him with?
You can't.
Everybody's getting washed.
Hold on. Can I say something? I want to say something real quick.
Everybody's getting washed.
I want to say something real quick. This is what to answer your question. He's too strong. You can't win. That is
it. Yo, Rob.
You can't win.
Who do you want to say?
Yo, Robert would wipe the floor with everybody because he'll play all his records.
True.
He'll play your records. He'll play Sparkle just to mess with you. And then he'll go into his Ronald Isley bag, the Trapped in the Closet series, 30 parts.
36 songs. That's 36 songs right there.
Right. Nobody wants to go.
Songs right there.
I think, yo, real talk, everybody right now in the game that was selling records are thinking their higher being that R. Kelly
Jack.
did not be a part of this.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, again, I wouldn't mind seeing. I mean, we've already heard from Timbaland and Swiss Beats and all that. Because I was gonna put Timbaland against Pharrell. I wouldn't mind seeing Pharrell.
That would still be good. I don't know if you asked the question, did Tim and Swiss battle? I don't think they did.
Did they?
No, I thought this is where this all started with them battling.
Q-Tip.
They battled.
Y'all keep forgetting about Q-Tip, man. Y'all keep forgetting about Q-Tip, yo.
Yeah, we forget about Q-Tip in his joint. Hey, yo, Rob, say me some, yo.
Q-Tip versus Ninth Wonder.
Who was shouting out pieces by eating some olives, yo?
Yo, say me some.
Q-Tip versus Ninth Wonder.
Oh.
Marley Marl against.
That's unfair. That's unfair. Don't put Q-Tip against Knife. Knife will get washed.
Marley Marl against everybody.
So Ninth is just not battling against anybody?
Q-Tip against I don't know about that.
There was a lot of records that Marley Marl took credit for that he didn't produce.
There's a lot of shit he banged out too, though.
Yeah, but there's a lot of questions. So I wouldn't even want to put it there because he might play something up like, wait a minute, did you really do that?
Well, then you would put Marley Marl against Puff.
Yeah.
I put truthfully, Jenny. Sorry,
he agrees with me.
I feel you on that one too, youngin.
Would be Puff.
Do not miss those days. I do not.
Say what?
I was sad today because today is probably the first year that I haven't got my boys' Easter baskets because they're just too old.
Why are you so close?
I'm coming in the kitchen about to finish cooking my dinner.
Oh, okay. So you're okay. So you're walking. We can't see
your glasses. I need my 3D glasses on.
Oh yeah. Wait, yeah,
Don't show us that. No one wants to see all that.
Now the next, but honestly, the next battle should be label versus label. Bad Boy versus Death Row. And Death Row will get washed. And here's the reason why.
They didn't have Hard White.
Bad Boy had a better R&B department than Death Row.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So total
R&B department.
Of
this is Keisha with the R&B department.
Wins all day. Bad Boy washes Death Row. Bad Boy washes So Def.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Big time.
I mean, look. Let's look at Bad Boy's roster, shall we?
Yes, we will.
Locks, Mace, Faith, like 112, Total, and
Mark Curry.
The backstory about Total. I remember growing up in New York, listening to 98.7 Kiss FM when Wendy Williams was interviewing Puff. Puff went on record and said, "Yeah, Total, they shab dogs, but they stars."
What?
He said they were shab dogs on New York radio, and they still went platinum. Yo, nothing could stop the machine of Sean Puff Daddy Combs. Nothing. No label other than Motown.
But folks say he has the first two, yo.
Huh?
Folks say
No. Fuck that. You can't say that. Def Jam.
I was gonna say
Def Jam can rival Bad Boy.
Not really.
R&B.
Not really. Def Jam win because Def Jam was kind of spotty. Def Jam wasn't super consistent. We are falling in love with the idea of Def Jam because of the logo and how they began. But Def Jam as a whole, nah, son. Def Jam basically was.
How Dunny? How
Def Jam was
you want to say the people that brought us JT Felony
without being a part of Def Jam? Rockefeller was like, this would be a benefit to us to acquire Rockefeller. Def Jam didn't go out and seek out Rockefeller to be down with Def Jam. They didn't get Jay-Z. Jay-Z put himself into Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and the R&B, as far as R&B concerned, in Def Jam, that wasn't heavy. It wasn't
heavy. We get with that. Yo, they had Jaheim. They had
Jaheim.
You fucking love Jaheim. You know what? Get him off the podcast. I don't want to talk to him anymore. You will not disrespect Jaheim on this fucking podcast. I'm going. I'm leaving.
Wait.
It's not rolls even straight, dog.
Jaheim, Bishop, back to your corner.
Go over there.
Bishop, back to your corner. Back to your corner.
To contest anybody from Bad Boy? Really?
I'm on my Merovingian and shit for the Matrix, yo.
You could pick one of the dudes from 112. I don't even know all their names by himself to beat Jaheim.
Yo, Jaheim, what? You better put that woman.
Jaheim was
ordinary.
He looks like he ain't got no teeth.
Jaheim serves Reggie to the hood.
I understand that.
So who else? Who else on Def Jam's R&B roster can contest to the conglomerate of Bad Boy?
Man, Indy Irie. Indy Irie was on Def Jam Island, wasn't she?
I'm hanging.
She
doesn't have a catalog to test nobody.
Lord. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness.
Wrap it up,
my goodness. Finn, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Talk. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Yo, Tico. Tico, take your mute button off. Yo, Tico.
He on freeze. He's frozen.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Where you at, Tico? Unmute yourself, bro.
Tico Betha.
We're sideways. Why sideways?
We're gonna rise. Mace to the top. Nobody Cool music brought to you by Tico Betha.
Lord. Yo, Tico, unmute, bro.
He was there. There you go.
Yeah.
He's still muted.
Tico's gone.
No, he's there. He's
there.
Yeah,
man.
Okay,
now there you are, man. Yo, you got anything weird for us today, bro?
Yeah, I do. Matter of fact, I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tico's Theater of the Weird. Weird.
Well, due to the simple fact that we have this coronavirus thing going on, there's a lot of people trying to figure out how to live, pay bills, whether it be your light bill, your car note, or your fucking rent. In Hawaii, police have been called in because women have been harassed because the landlords are asking for sexual favors in order to pay the rent. So
I have sex in over 30 days, I can see.
Well, after them 30 days, that's probably when they come in and hit you, like, what I'm saying, you want to stay up in this place, you want to pay your rent. You know what I'm saying? Give me some of that slobby knob.
Slobby knob.
It's AWA.
So, all I can tell you is that, ladies, there's really no reason for you to have no fear of losing your place to stay. Because the only thing that stays open late at night, as my grandmother says, is hospital and legs. So.
And on behalf of Straight to Tape, I would like to say
liquor houses on the list.
Yeah. And due to the simple fact that, men, don't feel salty, if your ass ain't working and your girl going out there to get there so you can lay low for the next month and play fucking damn 2K and shit. Don't get mad. Just fucking
your girl.
Just let it go. You know, it's for a good cause. You know what I'm saying?
Or
She's still your girl. It's like this. She's still your girl. It's okay.
it's okay.
It's okay.
okay.
You gotta look at the bigger
run up
picture
to the
here.
landlord.
This is the time not to be selfish.
Not to be exactly. Not be. There's no need to be selfish on this situation. You know what I'm saying? You got to next. You got
battle rap with my gun is so big and run up on the landlord. My gun is so big.
So
Rob the landlord.
very, very weird, but not so fucking weird.
Lord,
That is weird.
Can I say this right here?
You can live on.
Are we serious? Do we not see set it off? I mean, this has been going on for years. Pussy for rent has been a good pussy for rent payment has been a substitution since the 1980s or beyond.
Listen, they live in Hawaii.
Huh?
They live in Hawaii. It's always hot there, dog. Live on the beach, B. You ain't got to subject yourself.
Yo, but I'm saying ain't no showers on the beach, and salt water don't hold up with deodorant.
Look, you can replenish your soul in the waters of Lake Honolulu, son. Every day, B.
Yo, dive in the water. Go dive in the water. To a sponge and shit, and go wash your ass and shit.
Man, nah, man. I don't believe it. Like, nah, it's like this. Like, hey, yo, hey. I think it's only being reported in Hawaii, man, but I think that has been in Detroit a lot, and also Philadelphia, New York, also Durham, North Carolina. That is a pandemic across the world. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has been laid on rent before and said, you know what? Come get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if Kerry was a landlord, that's what he would ask for.
Anytime the landlord come in or the maintenance man come in with a smile looking at you, you know, you know what I'm saying? When he got that glance, you know that glance when he walked by, be like,
I just need a receipt. I just need a receipt.
Okay.
Just right after the receipt.
Pull us out of this. We need a verse. Pull us out of this.
Hey, you cats and kittens.
meow.
I just want to say, with this whole stay-at-home thing, you're home with your kids, take time to make sure that you are focusing on what's important, and that is family and love and fun. They're getting on your nerves, which mine do on a regular basis. I have 3 teenage boys here, but just make sure you're taking yes, but that's not words. Stop it, Finny. Just make sure that you are taking time to understand what your kids are going through this adjustment. A lot of what Dr. Rob talked about today, the understanding in that their complete environment has changed from the time they were in kindergarten to now. Not to say that they can't get through this with a little help, but to also understand that there is a change there, and it is not an innate quality to be able to deal with change. You need to help them to deal with change. You need to give them the coping skills that they need in order to deal with this change. So look it up. It's on Facebook, Google it, call your school administrators because they're still available. I've been emailing mine for the last couple of weeks on tools to let you know how to help your kids deal with this change. It's not like I'm not like I said earlier in today's broadcast, my parents always raised me to deal with the changes, roll with the punches, but there are certain skills to that. There are certain skills that you as parents should be teaching your kids. And you may not have done it before because it wasn't necessary before, but hey, now is the perfect opportunity to teach them the skills they need in order to get through this, and also to get through their lives as adults. So figure that shit out, parents. Figure it out.
If they can get through this, they can get through anything. Yeah.
Exactly.
The funny thing is, it's going to be like this. It's going to be a time when our kids going to be like, yo, remember coronavirus?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how coronavirus shut everything down?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a story. It's like we had 9/11. This is their 9/11. This is their Great Depression. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we got to do it this time. You know what I'm saying? yo, I'm just happy that it's just a virus or whatever that we can self-contain and not fucking deep impact. I just watched that last night. Get the fuck out of me.
Stop.
And there's a point that it's a point that you get to know your kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you
I
have,
realize my kids
like really get to know them. Like it's different when they go to school and it's different when they come home. But when you get to see them on a 24/7 basis, you know what I'm saying? You really get to see, you know what I'm saying, what your kid is really like. And you
get to see how messed up of a parent you are.
Pretty much. Yeah.
If you looking at your kid like, damn, yeah, you are fucked up as a parent.
But this time is essential, like real talk, because you get to connect with your spouse, you connect with your sons, your daughters, and you get to understand the quality of time.
Right.
Because before this pandemic hit, we were just everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Running around, worrying about a lot of other things that doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yep.
Right now, we get to actually hone in into what is actually essential to our being.
Right.
And all this extra stuff means nothing.
Right.
I feel you, man.
We go away with all of this.
I feel you.
Take care of ourselves and our children. That's the main thing of this whole thing. This is an incredible blessing in the most incredible, negative disguise. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now's the time to figure out how to be better tomorrow. Because if whoever you believe in just makes everything disappear tomorrow, what would you do different tomorrow? If you didn't learn from the last weeks, then this was just a waste.
Right.
True. Definitely.
So I definitely have changed my mindset, especially on how I do business, because I run a lot of businesses. So it even gave me more balance than I already had.
Yep.
So, being home, I don't even consider this locked in. I'm even affected by it. To be honest,
I'm a social butterfly. I'm locked in. Like I'm almost miserable right now. Like
I get to homeschool my son every morning. You know what I'm saying? My wife is blessed enough to, with her job, she can work from home. You know what I'm saying? Like now, technically, my business is impacted. I'm a DJ. I sell music. I sell merchandise. I'm a self-contained unit, but it's giving me a lot of options to outside of the box and keep the money coming in and options to survive in this climate, because we don't know when it's going to end.
Right.
So,
thankful.
It gives me and other people, just like, no matter what, like you don't have to be an artist to think out the box. You just need to be like, okay, how am I going to survive in this and still have a quality of life?
And even if you're not able to kind of articulate that at this point, it gives you a point of reference to move forward. And if this shit ever happens again, which it will, to be able to sustain your lifestyle with residual income.
And I want to piggyback. I want to piggyback on something that Finn said too. Like at the end of the day, fellas, listen, it's okay to get an OnlyFans page. You know what I'm saying? Somebody wants to look at you. That's another income, you know what I'm saying, that we could get out here, get you, you know what I'm saying? I invite you to go ahead and get an OnlyFans page. Put your meat out there.
What will you do? What would you do with the OnlyFans page?
What is an OnlyFans page? I don't even know.
Bishop, who is your target market?
Really? Exactly. I want to know.
That's the slippery slope.
I want to know. I might do one tonight. Go ahead. You said fellas. Is it only for fellas?
No.
Fellas.
What it is like this, because a lot of ladies already are on OnlyFans or whatever. But I'm saying like that is another stream of income, because I'm saying I'm out here for the for the ladies that like light skinned dudes with dad bods. It's a thing. It's a thing. They love it.
Yeah. Light skin is big.
What I'm saying is, Finn got an OnlyFans page. Go ahead and drop your OnlyFans page shit. That's how you making money on the extra.
OnlyFans.com.
In case you grab the lobsters from the beach and shit.
I'm gonna get one.
That's all I do on my page.
gotta go pick up my shrimps from the beach.
I'm a part-time stripper. I only take my shirt off. Catch me between fucking 9 and 9:30.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one tonight. I could use some residual income.
Get your OnlyFans page. Invite your closest friends. They'll support you.
No,
Yeah, but why you bullshitting? Why you bullshitting around though? This is a way that you can make income, that you can have some income coming in, and when shit start rolling back in, you can still have some money coming in. You feel me?
You mean a residual income from you? Cause I'm not even gonna go there. Damn that.
Well,
no.
John Henry is always in the motherfucking,
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on Straight to Tape.
Come get your merch.
Thank you for flowing through on the conversation. What should we? I gotta ask, what should we expect from Lineage, bro?
I think it's still gonna come out in June. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, look, I got the studio here.
Right.
Here's the studio.
The studio's here. So if I get to focus this week, I can have Lineage done by Saturday, and I'll have a release date in June. But I do have the Freshington on the way.
Okay.
So I still have albums in the stash that I never released. I got music. That's the last. Truthfully, and the Freshington is the last Sean Dawn album because I recorded that in 2008.
Okay. Dude, keep us posted as always.
2008.
How can I get signed to Golden Era Music, Dunny?
I've been telling you to come to the studio for the last 365 days. I was
I don't know. I just want to be signed. I want to be a tax write-off. I don't want to do any work.
No. Take that offline. Omega. Yo, what's up with Intelligently Ratchet? Y'all back this week, right?
Yeah, we'll be back. We're actually doing all our joints on Instagram Live right now. So every Wednesday, you can come out and check us out or whatever. And then we plan to keep using that platform when we could get back together. So that way we can start like a lot of people are grabbing the same tour. So we've been out for 2 weeks now. Also, I want to say, if y'all get a chance, also check out Kazi's Bob House Live Freestyle Fridays. He does.
What's up?
And it's real dope. So yeah, come out and do the Freestyle Friday joints with
what time?
Or whatever. And that's what's going on.
What time?
It's at like 9 o'clock on Vibe House. So you got to go to the Vibe House.
It should be at
on IG. Huh?
It should be at 4:05 p.m.
You know, Kazi.
I know.
It's either gonna be 4 or 5 p.m. or 4 p.m.
Does anybody know how to make a berry compote?
Huh?
Does anybody know how to make a berry compote?
I do. I'll text you all the information.
Yo, he probably do too.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Catch me doing my special. Thank you for not coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'll be outside in my front yard. I'll be kicking out jokes. Don't come. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So please don't come. So check that out. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for not coming out.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the comedian Tico de Gallo.
Your mama love me, but your daddy don't. Have a nice one.
Quintessential hip hop mom, Keisha with a Y.
Bring us some pots. Night.
She got pot.
Social media assassin, Rob Von Doom.
Yeah, I've been over here on my Merovingian shit, eating the olives, you know what I'm saying? I just had to boujify.
You're eating olives without me?
Yeah, I mean, it's a shout out to you, Keisha. So
we're all together virtually, okay? He's doing it together.
I thought he was chewing on a cinnamon. I thought he was chewing on one of those old-fashioned cinnamon toothpicks back in the days.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your man C. Perry Leasy II. You know, as always, let's not only just let's get active, but let's be safe, okay? Don't put yourself out there and, you know, messing with the environment, that environment being you, and bringing that back to your environment being your home and messing everything up. Let's not do that. Stay safe, y'all. We are out.
Peace.
Oh.
Peace.
Okay.
I get to do crazy things with my arms before I get off. Look at that. Oh.
Mr. Mr. Changing his outfit, God knows how many times.
You love it. You love it. That's what I'm gonna do. This is the Corona era. I changed my outfits.
Lord. Yo, Finn, once again, my brother, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all every time.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna make some ice cream.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
All right.
All right, y'all. Later.
How you cut this shit off?